Is there any intelligence coming out of China as to what Xi Jinping's plans are with Taiwan?
As we said, previously that months ago, Xi Jinping himself already ordered internally with the People's Liberation Army that the soldiers can be ready to invade Taiwan at any time. And that, according to the videos that you just showed, right, one of the first sentence of the oath, that was read by all of these soldiers of the PLA said that, obey all of the leaderships and instructions from the Chinese Communist Party. This is exactly where we fear. Today, 3 days after the inauguration of the Taiwanese new president Lai Ching-te, the Chinese Communist Party launched, the largest scale ever of military practices in and around Taiwan. And even, recently, the legislation house of Taiwan actually passed the bills that was more pro-Chinese Communist Party. This is exactly where our concerns lie. When CCP was able to infiltrate through legislation, to the next government of Taiwan, when, the military of the Chinese Communist Party are now surrounding the Taiwan island, this is exactly, where we saw can be a turning point for the Chinese Communist Party to launch attack against Taiwan at any time. When the Chinese Communist Party surrounded island, one of the possibility is that all of these traitors in the Taiwanese government in the legislation house can recommend the people of Taiwan to surrender to Chinese Communist Party to achieve a so-called peaceful relationship with China. And this was, part of the plans with the CCP to take over Taiwan years ago, that, the traitors inside the Taiwanese government, the traitors inside the legislation house, they can use excuses such as, if you look at all of the opposition parties that people are urging to oppress against the Chinese Communist Party, these people would create chaos, bring protests on the streets, and that's what not the Taiwanese people want. They use propaganda and statements from the Chinese Communist Party to convince their people to surrender to CCP. If you look at the current legislation house, right, Han Kuo-yu was also, obviously one of the prominent examples who actually visited China multiple times years ago. And if you look at Miles' videos, Han Kuo-yu obviously had very deep relationship with Communist China. Many of the presidential candidates in the past had business dealings with the Chinese Communist Party. Their factories were under shell of the CCP, meaning that many of these Taiwanese businessmen's, expansion of their commercial maps were actually helped and protected by the CCP.